Alright, so we've learned about Ethernet, we've learned about Wi-Fi, and in reality, anyone at all can actually set up their own network at home, right? So although we've learned the 5 networks, hopefully you still remember the personal area network, the local area network, the campus area network, the metropolitan area network, and the wide area network. Hopefully you still remember all of these 5, right? We're yet to learn the last network. It's called the home area network, right? And of course, the home area network is the network that you have at home, right? And there are several things that you can take into consideration for a HUN, see, home area network, right? Amongst it is what technology to use. For example, do you choose to have it wired or wireless, right? Needless to say, both of these two have its own advantages and disadvantages. For example, wired can be very fast, it can be more secure compared to wireless. Wireless can be a bit slow, it can be less secure, meaning it's easier to hack into a wireless network compared to wired one. I mean, imagine if you want to hack into a wired network, basically you have to have a cable and you have to get it connected to the network, which is very challenging. Whereas wireless, as long as you're in the area, you're technically connected by wire already. Although it's wireless, you're connected by signals. It's like you have the wire already. Now it's just a question of getting in, crashing in. Right? You don't have to physically be there, plug a cable, and then people know, you're trying to steal my network, because you're plugging a cable. So it's less secure. It is also less faster than wired because there might be noise, there might be interference. But of course, the advantage of Wi-Fi is it's really easy to connect things. Easy to connect devices. Right? And it's very flexible. Right? Meaning you can set up once you set up the hub or router, then you can be wherever. It's very flexible in that way, right? There are no wires. You can put that. Not messy, right? Because there are no wires, less messy, less clutter, and whatnot. Here you can put things like I don't know, dedicated lines and whatever things. Right? Anyway, first you need to decide on the technology that you want, right? Once you've decided on the technology, you can plan things. For example, plan. Okay. For example, where do you put your hub or router? Central device location. Right? So where would your central device be located? Central device is like a hub or router, which will send and receive data to everyone else. Where would you put it? Right? In case of a wired, you want to put it where it's easy for wires to get there and to get to everyone else. Right? It's easily accessible physically. Right? Whereas for Wi-Fi, you might want to put it somewhere in the center of your home and it's not blocked by a lot of walls, right? Okay, then you need to plan, if it's a wired, you need to plan on the layout of wire, layout of cables, right? Once you have this in mind, then you can go on and buy, right? Buy the devices and or components. This is with regards to you setting up your network. You can just go and buy the devices and components. And of course, the last thing is set it up. Right? And then we're done. Right? So that is how you set up a home network. It's not impossible. You can do it at home. It's really, really, really doable.